Welcome back to Bible in 5 minutes. If you've been following along, we just finished Genesis, and now we're diving into Exodus, the epic story of deliverance, law, and God's faithfulness. Let's go. The story of Exodus picks up with the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob living in Egypt. They've grown into a nation, but they're in serious trouble. See, way back in Genesis 45, Joseph told his family, "We're gonna live in Egypt forever." Well, fast forward 400 years, and those descendants are now slaves, and that prophecy looks like a dud. I mean, God seemed to have completely forgotten about them. But don't worry, He hasn't. And it's about to blow your mind how He's going to make things right. Pharaoh sees the growing Hebrew population as a threat, so he enslaves them and orders every baby boy killed. But one child is rescued, Moses, and while his life is in danger, this child is destined for greatness. You see, God raises him up to lead his people out of bondage. Meanwhile, as a young man, Moses grows up in Pharaoh's palace. But after killing an Egyptian who was mistreating a Hebrew, he flees into the wilderness. Years later, God speaks to him through a burning bush and calls him to go back to Egypt and confront Pharaoh. He'll need his brother Aaron to help him because Moses isn't a very good speaker. So, with divine power and a mission from God, Moses and Aaron confront Pharaoh. "Let my people go." Pharaoh refuses, so God sends 10 plagues, each more severe than the last. There's blood, frogs, hail, locusts, darkness, boils. And these plagues aren't just annoying. They demonstrate God's power and bring the people of Egypt to their knees. The final plague, the death of the firstborn, leads to the first Passover. As God spares the Israelites who place lamb's blood on their doors, finally, Pharaoh lets the Israelites go. But then he changes his mind and chases them to the Red Sea. But don't worry, God has a plan. He parts the waters, and Israel walks through on dry land. When the Egyptians follow, the sea crashes down and destroys them. It's a powerful moment, God delivering His people through miraculous intervention. And if you think the story ends there, you'd be wrong. We have another 38 chapters to go. After this, the Israelites wander in the wilderness for 40 years until the entire generation that left Egypt dies off. That's because they didn't trust God to get them into the promised land. And the new generation, including Joshua, will have to conquer it. But that's for another video. In the meantime, while wandering the desert, God provides manna from heaven and water from a rock. And at Mount Sinai, God gives Moses the 10 Commandments laws to shape Israel into a holy nation. Now, look, Exodus isn't just about rescue, it's about relationship. God is forming a people who know, trust, and obey Him. That's why He gives them detailed plans for the tabernacle, a sacred tent where His presence will dwell among them. Now, in short, here's what we learn from Exodus. No. 1. God hears the cries of His people. No matter how hopeless things may seem, God is there. Number 2. Freedom is not just from something, but for something. The Israelites were freed from slavery in Egypt. But they were also freed for something, to know and serve God. So true freedom isn't just doing whatever you want. It's doing what you want, God's will. Number 3. Even in the wilderness, God provides. The Israelites wandered the desert for 40 years, but God never left them. He provided food, water, and guidance every step of the way. As you can see, Exodus is a great reminder that no matter our circumstances, God is in control. From slavery to salvation, Exodus is a story of God's power, mercy, and promise. He is the God who delivers. And He's given us the law so that we can live in freedom and peace. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, God still delivers today. Thanks for watching. Keep growing in faith, and we'll catch you next time in Leviticus in 5 minutes.